Glory. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Great evening. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. Good evening. We should start giving award to people that join on time. God bless you. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Thank you. Oh, Flawless, I see you. Good evening. Ooh, how are you doing? A long time. Good evening, everyone. Good evening from London, England. Yeah. Pleasant evening to all of you. Thank you so very much for being a part of this. It's going to be great tonight. I tell you something. Thank you. Yeah. Please send the link to people and let them know that we are here again. Glory, 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 glory. Hallelujah. Yes, it's a very special night. Tonight is very special. Very, very special. Okay. Ooh. I have a very precious daughter that will be talking about something very, very unique. We are off the regular whatever tonight, and I'm so excited about it. She's such a precious gift. But let me just give you this opening remark. Tonight, you need to know. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm reading. Thank you. I spent some time just, reading your comments. Oh, okay. I'm a PhD holder in mass communication. I need a job. You live in Nigeria? You might want to DM. So my office will take care of that. Let's see how we can help you and see who we can connect you to. God bless you. Oh, UAE. That's what we do. We ask ourselves, where are you joining us from? Thank you. I take a few minutes, like 5 minutes, to read. So I'm not ignoring you. What you write is also very important to me. Very important to me. So I don't just come here to talk. I spend some time to just read. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Newcastle, Houston, UAE. Thank you. Baltimore. I'm coming this weekend. I'm in London now. And I'll be with you. Washington, Jesus' house. They call it Jesus' house. So it's okay. Ghana, God bless you. So meet me. That's Pastor Gandhi and Pastor Mo. New Jersey. Oh, Tanzania. Manchester. God bless you, everyone. Thank you for being a part of this tonight. I'd like you to know that there is something in you that is greater than whatever you are going through. We all go through challenges. Canada, I see all of you. Yes. We all go through stuff. But please know that there is something on your inside that is greater than whatever situation you are going through. Tonight, we're going to hit the ground running. I just have like 2 more minutes to make these announcements, and then I'll bring in my very beautiful guests. So please remember, whatever you are going through, there's something in you that is greater than that. And it will not kill you. It will mature you. It may shake, but it will not kill you. Okay, so this year, I put Mother Summit on hold a bit because I'm trying to settle down in school. We'll resume, don't worry, and we'll let you know. God bless you. I'm trying to answer questions. Thank you. You need prayers. May the Lord grant your heart desires in Jesus' name. I still have 1 minute. Remember, November the 18th, November 18th to 26th, we'll be in Singapore. We have opened slots for 50 more people. You want to go, please go to @NHN. Go to our page. You will see the details. Also, at Grace_Ofure, you need to start land banking. Like you save money in the bank. do this also. Fantastic. Remember, there's nothing you are going through that you cannot handle. Tonight I have in the house Thelma Bajowa. Ooh, she is a blessing. And you're going to see God is faithful. Let me just invite her so she can. TJB Synergy. Her. So, yes, thank you very much at NHN_. Thank you very much. God bless you. Yes, she's here. Oh my God, look at you. Thelma.
Mommy.
You look so beautiful. How are you doing?
I'm fine, Mommy. Good evening. Good evening, your time. Good afternoon, my time.
Good evening from London. She's
yes.
in Canada. You live in Canada?
Yes, Mommy. Vancouver.
Okay. How's your family doing?
They're all doing great, Ma. Thank you. Thank you so much for this great opportunity. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thelma is married to my son's friend. I know your parents-in-law very well, very well.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're glad to see all of you grow, rise, and become greater than us, your parents. We're so grateful to God. So everybody, here we have my beautiful guest, intelligence. She's going to dish it out tonight. Just get ready for some information that will help you, help the people in your circle, help your children, and all that. So on this platform, Thelma, I like your name, and you're going to tell us the meaning. Thelma, you're going to tell us the meaning. I hope you know. Okay, so on this platform, I bring different people, I know you're aware, and they pull back the curtain. They tell us, they give us value. They add on to us. And I believe this is what is going to happen tonight also. So, and my first question, I have like 8 questions for you, but you can just roll. I may ask questions, but if you have answered, then I will not ask. Who is Thelma Bajowa, and what do you do? What does she do? And what's the meaning of that name? Let's start from there.
Okay, thank you so much. I really don't know the meaning of Thelma.
Assignment, go find out.
However, I do have native names, and I know the meaning of my native name. So I am of Nigerian origin, and one of my native names is Ifoma, and Ifoma means good thing. Ooh. Thelma is an English name, so yes, I am Thelma Ifoma Bajowa.
Oh,
and who is Thelma? Thelma is the director and founder of TJB Synergy Education. TJB Synergy Education is a UK education consultancy. We're based in the United Kingdom as well as Canada. Thelma is a mom to 4 beautiful children. She's a wife, she's a daughter and a sister, and also a friend. Thelma loves to inspire people through content on her social media page. Thelma loves to dance, to cook, to sing, and give motivational talks. And that's Thelma in a nutshell.
Fantastic. I had to Google your name and I found it. Thelma means will or volition.
Okay.
Is that actually from Greek origin? Greek.
Okay.
Amazing.
At least I learned something new about my name.
Oh my God. It's a real name. It's a Christian girl name. It's a beautiful name. I cannot deceive you. Okay, so what inspired you to pursue a career in, study abroad?
Okay, so I would say passion drove me. I was driven by passion to help African students who are seeking to further their education or change their career in the United Kingdom. I myself, I'm an example of a student who has come all the way from Africa. I left Nigeria when I was a teenager, and I experienced a lot. And basically, I immediately knew that this is something I wanted to do for the rest of my life, to help other Africans experience the same thing that I experienced studying outside of Nigeria. So I'll say that's my very first passion. That's the reason why I started my business. Also, I love being able to inspire others. I love being able to help others. And this was just one way of me giving back to, my community, to my fellow brothers and sisters back in Nigeria. This was just one way of helping them. So yes, that's what drove me in starting my business.
Okay. I don't want to keep interrupting you. It's okay for you to just, to just flow, if you don't mind, so that you tell us, what you want us to hear.
Okay, thank you.
What do you think are the key benefits of studying abroad? So this is about students studying abroad, and all that. And tell us the processes and all that.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mom. Thank you very much. So before I go into why you should study abroad and all of that, I think it's very important for you to know the key benefits. Why, in the first place, should you even consider studying abroad? So I have actually broken it down into 4 different aspects. So one of which is for personal development. Okay, so you develop as a person when you are outside of your comfort zone naturally. So studying abroad gives you that opportunity to be able to develop yourself as a person and also broaden your worldwide view. You don't become myopic. You get to see things from other points of view. So that's just one. The second benefit you get is academic benefits. So, studying abroad, you're able to maybe study courses that your home country does not offer. You're able to see different styles of lecturing, styles of teaching that you probably haven't experienced before. Then we also have the career benefits as well. Now, in this day and age, a lot of employers are looking for people with international experience, which will also give you that extra edge over those who haven't gotten the experience you had, and also helps in your resume. And then the last one is the social benefits. Studying abroad gives you that social benefits because you're able to meet people from different culture. You're able to interact with people from different culture, which you probably wouldn't get if you were, studying in your home country. So this is not all the benefits. I've just broken it down into just 4 key points. So which is personal benefit, you got the academic benefits, you got the career benefit, and then you have the social benefits. So these are the 4 key points as to why you should, consider going outside of your home country to further your education. And do I continue, Mommy?
Please go ahead. Fantastic. Thank you. This is very informative.
Thank you very much, Ma. Okay, so we've talked about the benefits and also the best way to make the most out of it. So now you're in the UK, Australia, Canada, whichever country of your choice. How do you make the best opportunity? How do you make the best out of it? Because you would agree with me, Mommy, it's a lot of investment. Leaving your home country to go further your education financially and otherwise. So you want to make sure that you get the most out of what you've invested in. So the question is, how do you go about getting that investment? And I think one of the ways is staying open-minded and, being very proactive. Being open-minded means, you come from a culture where you already have your fixed ways of doing things and fixed ways of believing in things. However, when you come to a new country, you have to be open-minded. You have to be able to use your own initiative. Do not just stay in a box. Be able to come out of that box and interact with others so that you don't miss out on an opportunity when it comes knocking your way. Also, another way is, like I said, taking initiative. Don't wait for things to come to you. Sometimes you have to go out. So I'll give you an example. Whilst I was a student back in England, I remember we had quite a number of Nigerians, not Nigerians, but other African countries that were there with us. And I was one of those students who would always, go out there whenever they say they're looking for student ambassadors. I'll always raise my hands up. I, made friends with the Britons. I was always out there. I was literally in their face. And I did that purposely because I wanted to get involved. I wanted to know what was going on. I wanted to learn the culture. And through that means I got the golden opportunity to go as a student ambassador back to Nigeria with one of the members of staff at the university to recruit students. And this was decades ago. And this is where the dream of TJB all started, because I really enjoyed what I was doing. So as a student, as a prospective student, whichever country you choose to study, make sure that you come out of your comfort zone, make sure that you explore your host country. Don't stay in the box. I'm not saying you shouldn't make friends with Nigerians, but be open-minded, make friends with other people from other culture, learn their culture, especially your host country, their food, what they like, and the things that they don't like. And I guess, that those are the two key points that I would actually stress out, Any other question, Mommy?
Okay, so tell me, how does this work? I'm a student, or my children are students, or my children just graduated, or they just finished secondary school and they want to study abroad. Is this what you do? And tell us the opportunities. What is TJ?
Okay.
Tell us about your company and what this is about.
What we do. Okay, so what we do in a layman term is we help you secure admissions to our partner universities. So we have two universities that we're working with currently, one in the United Kingdom, University of Worcester, and the other in Vancouver, Canada, University Canada West. So what we do is we get you that admission based on your course that you intend to study, and we help you through the process from getting you the admission up until getting you your visa. We put you through the process, and even once you arrive the country, we also make sure that you are securely taken to your accommodation safely. And so that's what we do in a nutshell.
Fantastic. I'm sure people are getting a lot of things here. Can you tell us about your partner universities, the courses available, and the entry requirements, even the financial, implications? Just break this down for us. Some of you
Absolutely.
are here tonight and you want to travel abroad. We're not even talking about Japa or no Japa now. This is genuine. You want to go study abroad, or your children want to study abroad. That's why Thelma is here tonight, to guide you, to help you. So this show is not just about talking about marriage, talking to married people and all that. We're looking at this area too. So please guide us from, maybe my child just finished secondary school. What do I need? The financial implications and all that. People are learning.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll start with the UK, because UK and Canada have different requirements, and we are offering different courses. So I'll start with my partner university in the United Kingdom. So for an undergraduate course, if you are in Nigeria or any other West African country, and you intend to further or do an undergraduate program, you will need a Cambridge A-level, as well as your WAEC or your NECO, to be able to gain admission. For your WAEC and NECO, you need a minimum of 5 Cs, and which includes maths and English. You need to have a C in maths and English and 3 other core subjects. You also need, for your A-levels, like in Nigeria, there's so many colleges in Nigeria, in Ibadan, in Lagos, in Abuja, in Port Harcourt, where you can actually do an A-level, Cambridge A-level, okay? Now, this gets you a direct entry into your first year of study. Now, if you don't want to go down that route, you can also consider doing a HND. So I know in Nigeria you have OND, and then you do an HND. And then with your HND, you can actually get a direct entry into doing a top-up course to get a bachelor's degree in the UK. And then the third route is you already have a first degree in Nigeria, from Nigeria, and you're thinking of changing your career. So for instance, one of our very most popular courses is nursing. We've seen lots of Nigerians wanting to actually become nurses. And these are Nigerians who have studied different first degrees like theater arts, English, or computer science. So if you have a first degree, a minimum of 2.2, you will be able to, progress in doing another degree in our partner university in the UK. Now I'm going to move over to the postgraduate courses. Our postgraduate courses, we have a variety of postgraduate courses, starting from the healthcare management course, education, project management, international management, social work, business psychology. So we have quite a number of postgraduate courses. The minimum requirement is a bachelor's degree with a 2-2. And also you need to have a minimum of 5 C's, which includes your maths and English. And we always usually request for personal statements as well as letter-headed references. So these are the core. This is what you will need to be able to gain an admission into our partner university. So that's with the UK. We also have Canada. Now for Canada, with Canada, you have lots of courses. But for the partner university that I work with, we are only just offering bachelor's in commerce or an MBA program for the postgraduate. So we don't really have much varieties for my partner university in Canada. However, one of our most popular for Canada is our MBA course, because with the MBA program, it's a 2-year program. Yeah, it's a 2-year program in Canada. The great thing is you are allowed to work full-time while studying. It is located in downtown in Vancouver, in the midst of global companies like the likes of Microsoft, Amazon. So you get that opportunity to actually gain experience from one of the best of best. And like I said, you are able to work full-time as long as you're able to take your lecture hours. That's fine. You are allowed to work full-time in Canada whilst you're doing your MBA program. With the UK, you're only allowed to do 20 hours per week. You're only allowed to work 20 hours per week, be it bachelor's degree or a postgraduate course. You're only allowed to do 20 hours a week whilst you are studying. But however, you're allowed to work full-time during holidays period. Now, I know a lot of you are interested in the fees, because that is the driving force to making the decision. Absolutely. Yes, it's the major thing. And I know good news is with my partner university in the UK, we have a scholarship scheme. So with a 2-2, yes, with a 2-2, you are eligible to up to £2,000 scholarship taken out from your tuition fee. If you've got a 2-1 or a first class, you're eligible to £3,000 taken out from your tuition fees. Tuition fees for the postgraduate course is £15,800. Mommy, I'm not too sure of the exchange rates, but if I was to somewhat guess, I think it's about 13 million naira, about 12 to 13 million naira. But please don't quote me on that. I'm just using the Rwanda conversion rate. But it's £15,800. So say, for instance, you got a 2-2. You need to take out £2,000 from that. That means your actual tuition fee is $13,800. If you had a 2-1, take out $3,000, and your actual tuition fee is $12,800. For the undergraduate course, it is £14,700 for our tuition fee. £14,700. For Canada, our MBA course is $38,700 Canadian dollars, mommy. Canadian dollars.
My eyes were popping out of my head.
Mommy, it's Canadian dollars. So you know that the pounds is higher than the dollar. So when you do the rate, it's actually not that expensive, mommy. It's actually not, because it's a 2-year program. You have to realize that in the UK, the master's program is 1 year, okay? And Canada, the master's program is 2 years. So it's for the 2 years. Now, you don't pay everything at once. You have a deposit. Yes, mommy. You have a deposit, okay? You are required. So once we get you an offer, we get you the admission from this university. Your university will say, congratulations, Thelma, we are offering you a course in MBA, or we're offering you a course in project management. Now, the next step, you will need to pay a tuition fee deposit of this. Now, my partner university in the UK access for 50% of your full tuition fee as deposit. Yes, 50% of your full tuition fee is deposit. And yes, mommy, okay. Which is for the masters, that would be £7,900, which is roughly about 4 million naira. But I'll tell you why it's good, mommy, because Yeah, it's not bad because you have a high rate of getting your visas. You know, I have lots of reviews from my students that have come, and I have to say, Mommy, we've never had a rejection of visa from our students. And I think that is one of the reasons, because you are showing your commitment to the UKVI, that you are actually genuine and that you're coming to study. So I think having 50% of your tuition fee is quite reasonable. And then it takes away the pressure of you actually coming to the UK and thinking of how you're going to pay for the remainder of your tuition fee. Because you've already paid a big chunk, you don't have that burden on you. And also, even once you arrive, you're being asked to pay in installments. So you're not actually paying the remaining half all immediately. No, you're asked to pay in installments. So that is it in a nutshell. And for us as a company, what we do is, once you get your admission letter, we don't leave you and tell you goodbye. We actually hold your hands until you arrive into the country. And so we make sure that all your documents are on point. We make sure that before you actually submit your documents for your visa application, we go through it in thorough. And if there are things that we think you need to add on, or, you know, supporting documents you need to put on, we make sure that we help you through the journey, because a win for you is a win for us. So we have to make sure that we're thorough about this from the very onset. So, you know, I hope this is, you know, Mommy, I was going to say as well, Mommy, if it's possible to pin my email address so that if anyone has further questions, because the truth is we might not be able to answer everybody's question. And so if you want to get directly to me, Mommy can pin my email address.
I just pinned your handle now.
Okay, because if I should I call out my email address, or I'll just write it? I'll write it now, Mommy, and then yes,
I'll pin it, and I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'll do that now.
Okay, Thelma, there are questions here for you. Number one, someone says, should he or she release the child? Is it good to send my child after secondary?
Absolutely, absolutely. I left Nigeria after secondary school. Okay. So yeah, definitely. The truth is, Mommy, Canada and UK are very safe countries. So I've just put in my email, I think, Thelma. I don't know if you can say Thelma Bajowa.
Question, Thelma. Okay, yes, I'll just pin this now. Yeah. Someone is asking, is there any hope for third class? Someone with a third class in their first degree?
Okay, good question. For my partner university in the UK, yes, there is hope. However, you need to have a very extensive work experience, and it also depends on the course you are applying to. So, for instance, if you're applying for one of the business courses, postgraduate courses, and you've had over 18 years of experience, which would include management experience, and you're able to demonstrate this in your personal statement, then yes, we've had 1 or 2 students who have had a direct admission. However, though, even with the third class, if, for instance, you have like a postgraduate certificate or any other certifications that you've done after of your degree, and you can add that to your application, it gives you a higher chance of you getting into the university. However, though, the cutoff is 2-2. So for you to get in, you need to be able to prove to the university through your work experience and other certifications that you've done whilst you finished your course.
Okay, thank you very much. You are doing justice to the questions. What about undergraduates? That's another question.
What
undergraduates?
Okay, so what's the question, ma'am?
If I'm in school, can I just abandon my school and go? Yes.
Okay, so yeah, funny enough, we had a student who did up to, I think, a 3rd year at the Open University in Nigeria, and that student is currently doing a 1st year now at our partner university in the UK. So long as you have your transcript from your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd year, so you're able to show us that you finished your courses in your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd year, you completed it successfully and you passed all those modules, then you will probably be given an opportunity. But then again, it also boils down back to your CV and your personal statement, because your case is quite different from others probably who have an A-level or probably who have a degree or HND. So you have to be able to defend yourself as to why you want to obviously come and do an undergraduate. And like I said, you have to have successfully completed at least up to 3 years at the university that you abandoned. Okay, so if you've just done the first year, then maybe not. But if you've done the first, second, and third year, and you have transcript to follow on to that, and you've passed all your modules, then yes, you've got a high chance of getting in.
Okay. What is the process fee for TJB Synergy Education? Apart from the fee, the school fees, what is the process fee?
Yes, we do have a process fee. We have a service charge. That's what I say.
Maybe that's what
however, because of my sweet mother, Reverend Funke Felix-Adejumo, and her kind, lovely heart, TJB Synergy will not be charging any service charge for any potential students that come from this live video. So it's my way of giving back, because mommy is a giver. Mommy is always out there giving, and it's my way of giving back. So we do have a service charge, but if you email us and you have the right requirements and you are serious, then I promise you, so long as you tell me that you are from mommy and you're from our live video today, you will not be charged at all.
Ooh, good news. Good news. So just write FFA.
Yes.
Okay. I'm reading the questions to you, please. So we're good with... My younger sister was birthed in Dublin. Was given birth to in Dublin. And now she's done with secondary school. We want her to go to the UK for studies. How do we go about it, please?
Okay. So she was birthed in Dublin. So she's a European student then, I presume. Does she have
Is it automatic once you are born in Dublin, in Ireland?
Yes. So long as she has a passport, I guess, because you know so long as you have a passport, because mommy is unlike the US. In the US, when you have your baby in 6-8 weeks, you can get citizenship for the baby, right? It doesn't work that way. For instance, in the UK, you don't automatically get the citizenship. So with Dublin, I'm not too sure. I have to be careful because I'm not an immigration lawyer. So I think you would need to check with a lawyer with regards to her eligibility. My job here is probably just to help you from the study aspect. But from the study aspect, if you're able to tell us that, yes, she's a European student, yes, absolutely. But she will still need the academic requirements. That has nothing to do with where you're born or where you're from. Even those who are actually in Germany or are Germans, they have academic requirements. So you still need to have the Cambridge A-level as well as your WAEC to be able to gain admission.
Okay. Thank you very much. Someone is asking, what about second-class lower division? I think she mentioned this. This is true.
I've mentioned this.
Yes, you are qualified.
Yes, you're qualified. Yes.
Please, can you pay twice? That's another question that I'm reading.
Can you pay twice? Pay what twice?
The fee, the school fees. I think they're talking about instrumental or a payment plan.
Okay, yes. So you pay in installments. So you have to pay your deposit. Once you get an offer, you pay your deposit, okay? And then once you've paid your deposit and you're able to show your proof of funds, then you'll be given what you call a CAS. Your CAS is what would give you your visa. The UK VI uses a point base for their student visa, which means you need to have 70 points for you to get your visa. 50 means for your CAS, 10 for English, and for the other 10 for your proof of funds. So once you're able to pay for your deposits, you're given the CAS. For the remainder of your tuition fee, once you arrive into the United Kingdom to the university and you're registered as a student, the admission team will give you a breakdown on how you will pay for the remainder of your tuition fee. They break it down in different months and in installments.
Fantastic. Do they allow the MBA students to bring their families with them?
Okay, so I presume you're talking about the US, Canada. Yes, so for Canada, okay. For Canada, absolutely, you're allowed to come with your dependents, so long as you have all the requirements, which is your proof of funds that you need to show. Yes, you're allowed to. However, for the UK, obviously, I know most of us have heard, it's announced that from January 2024, you probably wouldn't be allowed to bring dependents, except you're coming to do your PhD. So if you're coming to do a PhD program, you're allowed to still come with your dependents, but from January 2024, you wouldn't. Having said that, though, it's not in place yet. So if you are still interested in coming for this September, and you have a little child that you don't want to leave behind, or your spouse, you will not be denied a visa if you have all the requirements to come in September 2023. Okay, so I just want to make that clear, because I know that a lot of people saw the news and thought, okay, we're going to leave the UK, let's look for somewhere else to go study. No. If you have the right requirements and you don't want to leave your loved one behind, you can still apply to come in for September. However, just so you're aware, applications are closing really soon, really quick. I know we're in June on Thursday, so there's not much time left. So if you are really serious and you have all the requirements like I've listed or I've said over here, then please do make that move, because you only have this window of opportunity.
Thank you so much, Thelma. People are thanking you already in the comment section. And I still want you to go over the process, later on. Let's just answer a few more questions. What about PhD students? If I'm a PhD student in Nigeria, can I come? Am I eligible?
Absolutely. So the PhD students in Nigeria, are they wanting to come and do another PhD, or are they, that's the thing. So it's a very tricky question. Are you wanting to come and do another PhD in the UK, or are you, what you mean, can you come? I don't know.
Okay. Someone is already telling you that he or she is from Mio. Don't write it here. Write it in your, send an email to her.
Send me an email. Send me an email.
That's what she said. Oh, and they are thanking you.
Oh, thank you.
Now somebody's asking, I was going to ask about the global talent visa. Any idea on that?
Okay. I am very careful, mommy, when it comes to immigration, because for instance, I have to be very careful, because Canada has the laws, UK has the laws. And like I said earlier on in my introduction, we are a UK admission consultancy. So we help you get admission, gain admission into the universities. Good news is that universities have visa teams that help students as well. We guide our students, but what we also stress to our students is when it's a little bit complicated, we'll tell them, okay, I think it's high time you probably invite an immigration lawyer who is able to best advise you so that you could get your visa. So right now, I will only stick to student visa. I know the requirements for the student visas for both the Canada and UK. For any other visa, I cannot comment on that, unfortunately.
Okay. Thank you. What about those who just have entry to English in the UK? I don't know what that means. I didn't school in England, in the UK. Do you understand that at all?
Entry to English. I think maybe they're trying to find out if they're supposed to write an English test. Maybe I probably need to stress this. So if you are Nigerian, if you're from an English-speaking country, the good news is you don't need to write an IELT in both countries. Both Canada and UK, you will gain admission, so long as you're from an English-speaking country, like which Nigeria is one, Ghana is one. However, if you're from a Francophone-speaking country, you probably will need to write the IELTS test, and I think get an overall of 6 in your score to be able to gain an admission. So I don't know if that's what they're asking with level 2 English. But if you're a Nigerian, so long as you studied in Nigeria or you studied from Ghana, and you can prove it in your certificate, then you don't need to write an IELTS test. No.
Okay. I'm done with my SSCE. How do I get to the UK for study? I think that's the essence of what we've been talking about. She's going to repeat herself, before she leaves. I'm just reading the questions. Is there opportunity for PhD students? I think apart from schooling, do you assist persons who wants to come and work? No.
No.
Now, what is the partner university in the UK, please, and where is it based?
Absolutely. Good question. So my university in the UK is called the University of Worcester. Worcester spelled WORCESTER. It's based in the West Midlands, very close to Birmingham. I know Birmingham is a very famous UK city that everyone knows. So I always use Birmingham as my starting point. It is 30 minutes away from Birmingham. It is about 35 minutes away from Wolverhampton. It's very close to Coventry and also very close to Cardiff. So it's a very small city. So if you are coming to study, I think it's a very good city to start off, especially if you've never left the shores of your country. It's very secure and safe for the mom or for the person who asked about, is it safe for my secondary school? Absolutely. It's a very safe city because good news, I am actually an alumni of that same university. You know, I got there as a teenager. Yes. So that is my home as well. So I am not just going to be, I don't talk about universities that I've lived, I've studied, and I know the ins and outs. It's a very safe city. It also is known for, you know, the cathedral. If anyone knows William Shakespeare, that was where he got married. Yes, and if you know the old £10 note, the Cathedral of Worcester is actually there. We're also known for our Worcester sauce, and we also have a very good basketball team as well, the Worcester Wolves. So if you're into basketball, that's the city for you. So it is a university state, a student city, you know, and it's very, very safe. Very, very commutable. We got train stations, it's easy to commute. If you got loved ones and family members in London, you know, it takes about two and a half hours to London from Worcester. You know, if you have families in Manchester, it takes about 2.5 or 3 hours to Manchester as well. And the airport, the international airport in Birmingham, like I said, Birmingham is 30 minutes away. So you can actually fly from Nigeria to Amsterdam, and then from Amsterdam to Birmingham, and then get on to Worcester. So it is the University of Worcester. Then my Canadian university is called the University of Canada West, which is based in Vancouver, which is the city I live in. So if you want to see me in flesh and blood, maybe you should consider coming here. It is the city I live in. So I only work for universities that I've visited. And I tell you, Mommy, it is state of the art. The university is beautiful. Vancouver is a city that I wish everyone to visit. It is beautiful. So, you know, they're both beautiful cities in their own right, and they both have, you know, things that stand out for them. And may I also state that the Queen's granddaughter is also an alumni of the University of Worcester. So I always pride myself, you know, that I went to the same university with the late Queen's granddaughter. So yes, those are the two universities that I work with.
Fantastic. Thank you. Do you also have full scholarship courses in Canada?
Okay. Now, this is where it's a bit tricky. No, we don't have for Nigerians or Ghanaians. However, we have academic scholarships. So if you had if you're a first class student with good grades in your WAEC, then yes, we do have scholarship for you for our partner university in Canada. However, if you're watching and you're from other country like Middle East or Asia or India, we have scholarships. So just to reiterate, I know that majority watching might be from Africa, but we're not limited to just African students, okay? We are looking at every student. So be it Nigeria, be it Ethiopia, be it Zimbabwe, wherever, even be it British. If you are British watching and you want to come over to Canada, we will help you. So we're not limited to just working with Africans.
Fantastic. I see people from Japan.
Oh, okay.
UAE, yes. It's a global family. So I'm reading questions out to you, Thelma. My son is done with his degree. He's schooled in Dubai, and he currently resides in Dubai. He worked for 2 years and wants to move to Canada for his master's. Can he still make it for January 2024 fall?
Absolutely, Mommy. Absolutely, and which is what I said. So at the moment, our applications are still open for September 2023 for those who want to go to the UK, and January 2024 for those who are interested to come into Canada. The only advice I will say, which is a very crucial part, because I did mention that the UK has, you know, is a point-based system. So we have your card, your proof of English, as well as your maintenance fund. The proof of maintenance fund is very crucial in getting your visas in both countries. However, Canada is quite different from the UK. Whilst the UK will say they want to see your bank statement for the last 30 days, Canada would want to see a statement for the last 6 months to a year. Okay? Which means, yes, which means if you intend to come to Canada, you cannot just decide on the spot and think it's going to happen on the spot. So if you are thinking of this January intake, January 2024 intake, the time to start is now. Good news is that both universities, our time frame for getting your admission, so long as you give us all the right requirements, is 14 days at the maximum. But we are giving people offer letters within 5 days. So getting you your admission letter isn't the problem. The problem is actually, are you ready financially? Your proof of funds, do you have your statement? Do you have everything in time? Because what we find is we get lots of students, we can get you admission, and then when it comes to proving of funds, they get stopped because they haven't planned ahead. But what I advise all my students is you have to start with the end first. So don't just think about, I just want to apply right now, oh yes, I'm going to get this opportunity. But the question is, once you get it, how else would you move? You know, what else would you do? Do you have all it takes? Do you have your proof of funds ready? Do you have money to even buy your tickets? Do you know what you're doing? What happens next? You know, and these are all the things that comes with our consultation. So when we speak to you, okay, when I speak to you, these are things that I'm going to screen you, I'm going to ask you, and then we're going to work hand in hand. And I'm going to be honest as well. So if I think it's not visible to make it for September or January, I will be upfront with you. And, you know, I would rather us take a push and make sure we have everything right than go rushfully to do it. Because at the end of the day, if you rush into doing it, you're going to waste a lot of resources, because once you get a rejection, you will not get a refund of your visa fee. Probably you'll get a refund from your tuition fee, definitely your deposit, you will get a refund, but it's very draining emotionally, and I don't want you going through that. So when we screen it, these are the things that we're going to look out for. So for the person who is interested, your son who is in the UAE, if he's interested in January, then yes, please do email me. Let me know you're that person. Then we can work things out and find out how prepared are you financially for the January intake.
Fantastic. She already spoke about the English proficiency. So I have other questions here. I have a degree. Can I do my master's? I'm from Zambia.
Absolutely.
Because she said it. I want to do another PhD in the UK.
Okay. Okay, so with PhD, slightly different, very different. So with the PhD, we need to make sure that there is a supervisor willing to supervise you. Unlike the master's project where we just put in the application, you get the offer. We already have lecturers there. For PhD, you need a supervisor. So with that, we would normally just say, send us an email, and then we're going to, you tell us what your research, what you're interested in, your research topic. And then we're able to find the lecturers, email them and find out if they are available to be your supervisor. If we're not able to get a supervisor, we can't continue the process. But we need to get a supervisor who is willing. And then once that supervisor says, yes, I'm free, oh, I like the topic, yes, let's do this, then we put in the application. So it works in a very different way. But yes, absolutely, we do have PhD programs in the UK.
What's the payment breakdown for Canada?
Okay.
You know, for Britain, you said 50% of your tuition.
Yes.
And then when you get to school, there's a payment.
Okay.
Does it work the same way?
Okay, good. That's a very good question, Mommy. I think there was something that I missed out on Canada. I think I really focused on the UK. So with Canada, they have a higher bar in comparison to the UK. Yes, higher bar. You need to have a 2-1. You have to have a 2-1 to be considered for the MBA program. Okay, not just the 2-1, you need to also have at least a minimum of 2 to 3 years work management experience, be it a leadership role or management experience. You need to have at least 2 to 3 years to gain an admission directly into the MBA program. However, if you have a 2-2 with a management experience or probably leadership experience or supervisory experience, you will still be considered, but you would be asked to do a 3-month pre-MBA foundation program at the university. So as opposed to doing your MBA program for 2 years, you will be doing an MBA program for 2 years and 3 months. Do we have students like that? Absolutely. There are a couple of Nigerians who are doing who had a 2-2 and they've done the 3 months foundation program, and now they're doing the actual MBA course. So just be aware that, yes, that's how it works here. But please, it might not work for other universities in Canada. Canada is huge. It's a big country. It takes about 5 to 6 hours flight from Vancouver to Toronto. That's how huge it is. Yes. So it means that every province has its laws and rules. You might be surprised that you check a university in Calgary and they will say yes to direct entry. So don't take my word. My words are just for the partner university that I work with. Okay. So don't be discouraged. If you feel like, oh no, I would rather do this, then please, by all means, go make your research and then probably find out other agencies that work with other universities. But for me, the university I work for, this their requirements. In terms of the tuition fee, the deposit being paid is 7,900 Canadian dollars, which is roughly about 2.5 million naira, 2.53 million naira. Deposit is less than that of the UK. And then you pay by term. It's funny, it's almost like a Nigerian style. So they got it by term, 3 terms for the 2 years. So you pay instrumentally by term. I can't give the whole breakdown here, but if you are still interested, my email is there pinned, so you can just send me an email and then we can take it from there.
Fantastic. Can I refer my sister to you without paying for the service fee since I'm part of this live session?
Absolutely. So long as she can just say that she's from this live session and she's from, then yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Fantastic. I have MSc and I want to come do my PhD program. She has explained everything to us. Oh, okay. What about students from Cameroon?
Students from Cameroon are also welcome. So long as you have the requirements needed, academic requirements, visa requirements, by all means, you're welcome.
They're asking for your location here in Canada. Why are you asking for a location in Canada? She lives in Vancouver, that's all. Send an email to her. Okay, I have my master, going for PhD. How much does it cost? How long? She has explained that too. Are there scholarship opportunities in Worcester and other scholarships available for someone who has gained admissions to other universities? No, she handles just those universities. We're in Vancouver. Why are you asking?
No, but you can also follow us on our Instagram page, okay? Follow us and you can see a lot about what we do. You can watch reviews of the students that we've brought in. Some of the students, they're all there. So, you could, feed your eyes. You can go onto our website. You can feed your eyes and see.
Yeah, she charges for consultation, but because of me, she's going to waive it. Oh, thank you, Japan. We see you. Okay. Masters in public admin, professional. Any PhD in public admin?
We do have public admin. No, we have social work, healthcare management course, but not public administration.
A Kenyan without a degree, with no degree. How do you want to go to school? Okay, maybe just secondary school.
Yeah.
Okay, can I sponsor my younger brother if possible? Whose bank statement will he submit for visa?
Absolutely, his own bank statement. So even if you're sponsoring, yes, it has to be his own bank statements.
Okay. Oh, I need to read this out to you, Thelma.
Okay.
Thelma is so knowledgeable in this area. Well done. And thanks for all you do to help the community. We give it to you. Undergraduates, you need to go and listen to this again. She's answered a lot of questions. Yes, someone is saying, can I help with proof of funds? Please be careful. The fact that you met people here on my page does not mean I know them.
Yes.
That's a disclaimer.
Please, yes. I have to stress that as well, Mom, yes. Because there are lots of scammers out there. There are even people that might pretend to be me. Yes. Please be careful. I like I said, I will not collect anything. So anyone who approaches you and say, we're from TJB Synergy, you need to pay this, but please, don't pay nothing. Okay, don't be fooled by nobody, please.
She answered the question on 4th class, so please listen to this. Oh, somebody is saying you were the one that helped him or her to come to Canada, and that he or she is currently studying in Canada in business admin. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You missed the PhD part. Listen again because we have 7 more minutes. Can we also work while schooling? And is it open for science students?
Yes. So I mentioned this earlier on. You are allowed to work in both countries, okay? In the UK, you're allowed to do 20 hours per week, and in Canada, you're allowed to work full time as an MBA student. So you're allowed to work full time as an MBA student in Canada, and you're allowed to also work 20 hours a week. And mommy, I just wanted to mention something as well, which I think is really important. Because a lot of students, you know, when you are planning for this journey, it's very easy to just be fixated on, I want to get my visa and I just want to leave. But I would advise you to start thinking of the end first before anything. And what do I mean by the end? What do you intend to do when you finish your studies? Because believe you me, it's going to go so quick. I am speaking to some of my students who are graduates already, who are already working, and I'm thinking, I only just brought you into the UK yesterday and you're already working. So it happens so quick, which means you need to plan ahead. So for instance, your CV, you know, start working on your CV. You know, what templates do they like to see in the UK? Start looking at jobs out there. You don't even have to wait to get your visa. Just familiarize yourselves with, you know, jobs and start making that application. Okay, what do you intend to do? And then choosing the course, which is something that I do as well in terms of, you know, because sometimes some people are confused. They're not sure what course do I have to do, you know, and they're confused. And that's very key, knowing what you want to do, choosing the right course for you. Don't just take any other course just because you want to study this, because it's going to help you in the long run. So planning ahead, I think, is so crucial. And I mentioned this earlier on in my conversation about the opportunities that you get, because believe you me, this is a golden opportunity. So once you step your feet either in the UK or Canada, it's a land of opportunities. Like, there's so much opportunities out there. Grab it with both hands, okay? Be in the right crowd of people. Don't just be fixated on the Nigerians or the Africans that you see. Go out there, explore, interact with other people, because you will be surprised. An Indian knows about a company that, you know, they're looking for people, but because you don't speak to that Indian, you probably don't know about that job. So, you know, just be out there, interact. And, you know, it's okay to make mistakes. You're going to make those mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. And also be able to ask questions as well. You know, don't be shy. If you have questions, you're not sure. I have students, even at 1 a.m., mommy, they are still texting me. And I tell them, it's not, no question is stupid, okay? You've never left the shores of your country. So ask those questions, even if it sounds so stupid. You know, I wouldn't look down on you. Ask those questions, okay? So that you don't make mistakes that I made, because I was quite young when I left the shores of my country. And this is why I love what I do, because I'm so passionate about it. So ask those questions, and also look at yourself and ask yourself, where do I see myself in the next 5 years? Because that's also going to guide you in making that decision. Okay, what do I want to do in the next 6 years, in the next 5 years? And start planning, start looking at this company, start following people that inspire you. You know, like my dear mommy here, that I've always been following for years, you know, she's always inspired me. And, you know, just follow those people that would inspire you and ask the right questions. So yeah, you know, if you have more questions, please just send me an email. I'll be more than happy to help you.
Fantastic. Can a 16-year-old apply for a student visa in Canada or UK?
For the UK, like I said, I came in 17, but that was decades ago. So I don't know if the laws have changed. So long as you've gotten an admission from the school, the answer should be yes, because you have to know that in the UK, we do have colleges, okay? So you can actually use just your O-level, your WAEC or NECO, and gain admission to actually do a college, which, you know, there are lots of colleges in the UK. So I believe the answer is yes. The answer is yes. You could definitely, so long as you've gotten an admission from either a college or a university that offers a pre-foundation course, then yes, that won't be a problem.
Okay. Just before you just wrap it up.
Yes,
this is what I do. If you are this, do this, blah, blah. What do you think is the best way for students to find accommodation and jobs while studying abroad?
Okay. Good question, mommy. Accommodation. Now, there are two different sort of accommodation. We have the student service accommodation, so the university accommodation, and you have the private accommodation. Sometimes I get a lot of students nervous about the private accommodation, and I don't blame them, especially if you're coming from a premise where security is a problem. So they're nervous that, oh my God, maybe it's safer living on campus because we're scared that something would happen. Now, let me just put your heart at rest, because UK, Canada are one of the safest countries in the world, okay? The private accommodation given by the university, or the private accommodation that we have or we suggest to students are being checked by the university. So let me use that word, they're being checked by the university. So you're spoiled for choices. So you do have the students accommodation. Now with the students accommodation, once we're making the application for you, we ask you where you would prefer. If you say you want the students accommodation, we tick a box in there. So when the university gives you an admission, they would also offer you the accommodation because you've ticked that you want accommodation from them. But if you've chosen that you want a private accommodation and you untick it, then you have to look for your own private accommodation. Now, we don't get your accommodation. However, I guide you. I'll give you links to places that you could look out for. I'll give you different landlords' numbers that you can call, but having accommodation isn't really a problem. However, I have to state, Mommy, and I have to be very honest, after the pandemic, it affected housing a lot, both in Canada and the UK. There's a shortage because the influx of students, influx of people coming in. So I'm going to be very honest with you. So if you intend to come for September, like I have already my September students who already have their admission, this is the best time to start looking because houses are difficult to find. It's taking approximately about 6 to 8 weeks now, okay, to look for accommodation. So don't sleep on it, don't relax on it, because that's what happens. Some students think, oh yes, we'll wait, when we get to the UK, we'll get, no, it's really getting difficult now. There are accommodations, but it's mostly like first come, first serve. And what's the worst that could happen? You probably would have to commute from a neighboring city as opposed to be living in the same city where you're studying. So my advice is, once you get the process starting, then we will send you links if you want the private accommodation, and then you have to act fast. You have to contact the landlord and act fast. Don't sleep on it, okay? You asked another question, Mom. You said accommodation, jobs. Okay, how to get jobs. Now, both universities have career service. They have a department that focuses on that to help students, okay? They also have like even exhibitions that go on where you have companies that come into the university. And this was why earlier when I talked about the CV, come prepared. Don't wait until you get into the UK and then get your CV all prepared right from your home country so that once you're getting in there, you're already ready to submit your CVs to the company. You don't want to wait and then an opportunity comes knocking and you're not prepared. So we have career services at the university. And then I also mentioned earlier on in my talk that you should be proactive. Okay, proactive means you don't want to wait for the career services to do like an exhibition. You have to go out there. You have to go to the portals. The university has portals on their website with jobs out there listed there. Apply for those jobs. Even if you apply for 4 jobs in a week, just be consistent. And in each of your application, make sure you're tweaking your CV. Don't use the same CV for different job titles. Read the job responsibilities and make sure that your CV is unique to the job that you're applying for. But I guess the best advice I can give you is just being consistent and not giving up, because sometimes it's actually very frustrating when you make tons of applications and then you always get to no. There are jobs out there, but only the ones who don't give up gets those jobs, if that makes any sense. So yes, you just have to keep applying. The university would always assist you. You go onto the website, there are jobs, there's the job portal in the UK that people, it's called JobSite, JOBSITE, I believe. So, you could upload your CVs in there, wait for agencies. You can even register with agencies. So like, for instance, this is what I do. There are lots of people like me in the UK that this is what they do, getting jobs for people. So you can actually reach out to these agencies or this agent and then give them your CV. And then when jobs come up, then they're able to call you for the job. And then also interacting, because there are students who are already there, maybe students from your home country who are already there that came maybe a year or months before you, who are currently working. You can speak to them and ask them, oh, are there vacancies in your workplace? Do you know of any place that's looking? Because these are people that will equally help you. So just try out different routes, and whichever works for you, it's a win.
Oh my God. Woo! Fantastic, informative, very educative. Thank you so very much for doing this tonight.
Thank you, Mommy.
I'm so proud of you. Nigerians are too much. We are loaded. How much for your service charge? She has answered that. Just write FFA. Do you understand, once you write that, it's free. She will not charge you. Once again, thank you so very much, Thelma.
Thank you, Mommy.
For doing this tonight. As we wrap up, what's your closing remark?
Okay, so well, I think I said so much with regards to the university and everything. And like I said, if you have any more questions, please, by all means, just send me, send it to me via my email. And first and foremost, I just want to say thank you to God Almighty for this great opportunity, because I haven't come this far alone. It's been God, and it's been God's grace that has brought me this far. So I'm so grateful, dear Lord. And I just want to say thank you to Mommy for this great privilege. Who am I? Who am I that you've chosen me?
You're important.
Who am I, Mommy? So I am so grateful for this opportunity. I just want to say a very big thank you. I want to say thank you to David Adejumo.
He's listening.
Thank you.
He's there. And Daddy
thank
Bishop is also here.
Can
you imagine? You're so blessed tonight.
Daddy, thank you so much. I just want to say thank you. And most importantly, I just want to say thank you to the love of my life, my husband, because without him, I don't know how far I would have come in this. He's been my backbone. He's been so supportive. I want to say thank you to my children, because I know they will want to watch the follow-up. They said they're going to be praying for me all through while in school, because they're all in school. And
amazing.
I just want to say thank you, because they keep, pushing me, and they keep encouraging me. So thank you so much to my 4 stars. I want to say thank you to my parents, because without them, I wouldn't be here. My mom took the biggest step by sending me out of Nigeria. I remember she had to sell a lot of things just to make it possible. And it was really difficult. My mom cried her eyes out when she took me to the airport. And I remember people asking her, was she sure of what she was doing? How could you send your young daughter to a country unknown? And today she's the proudest mother. I want to say thank you to my siblings for always encouraging me. I want to say thank you to my beautiful parents-in-law, Daddy and Mommy, Princess. Thank you for accepting me as your daughter. People don't even know that I'm not Yoruba, but you have accepted me, and I have a Yoruba name, Mommy, Ojuolape. So yes, I am Ojuolape. So I just want to say thank you, and thank you to all my friends, and thank you to everyone that keeps believing in me. This is like my 5th child. TJB Synergy is my 5th child. I'm not doing this to make anything out of this. I'm doing it because of the passion and the love that has driven me. So I just want to say thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you.
And we all of us that you have mentioned, we also say thank you. And we adjust your crown because it fits you so well. Thank you so very much. You're beautiful. You are brave. Thank you. Thank you. If you have any question, you want to school abroad, you want your siblings to school abroad, you want your children, or you need anything, the email is there. TJB Synergy Education. Send a mail. We'll keep adding value to you, my global family. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Thelma.
Thank you, Mommy.
See you again next week, Tuesday. All things being equal. Love and love and love and love and love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
This, you all know, to be on my Instagram page for 2 days, and then people are greeting you. We love you. You are not. Your fans are greeting you. Our wife. So, okay, and then I'll move it to my YouTube channel. Please spread the news. It is fantastic. Thank you again.
Thank
Good night.
Thank you. Bye.